major, they switch majors so many times, and they have no vision of where they're going. So like establishing partnering with other organizations on campus to like get people a vision, a goal of where they're going, so that they don't have to waste their time, they don't have to waste their money, but they can have a goal in mind to get to and a destination. And that's really what it means to me to graduate on time, because you're not wasting your time. And so yeah. Josiah Rosa.
What I'd say is we need to partner with the Office of Student Success and other organizations on campus to make sure that students have all the resources they need to get the best education they can in the time that they feel comfortable with. We find a lot of students failing classes, and that elongates their education and their time here. There are thousands and thousands of resources out there for students to get the best education they can without failing classes and come out as job seekers very comfortably and well educated, no matter how long they want to. With the current economy and how job seekers, or how businesses want their employees to be, they want you to be there for the long term, and they want you to be well educated. We see a lot of older people coming in to get an education now, and I think that they should be able to get the resources they need.
I'm going to agree with a couple of people there. That graduating on time doesn't necessarily mean 4 years. That is one of the ideal possibilities, is that you can graduate in 4 years and save as much money as you can. However, if you're going to be doing travel, or if you want to take a year off because you feel like that is best for you, that is really awesome. Graduating on time is however many years that you feel you need to graduate. And so I think setting a goal and making sure that you achieve that goal in the time that you want, whether that's 4, 5, 6 years, is the most important.
Good. We're going to end that question. Are there any other questions in the audience? Alex.
There are 14 different, what we call departments outside of the Senate, the different directors, the different organizations and programs that we offer. What do you see their roles being in ASMSU, and how do you guys look to best serve their needs and wants? Just so, for some of you who don't know, that includes KGLT, the Daycare, Productions, Campus Entertainment, the Exit Art Gallery, the Procrastinator Theater, the Leadership Institute, amongst others.
These programs and the program directors are ASMSU. These directors push everything that we want to happen and make it happen. So we need to make sure that they are getting all of our support, whether it means going to tailgates and making nachos for everyone, or passing out bacon like we did last year, or just helping with setup for events. We need to be there for them, because they are what is making our programs and everything that the students want happen.
Let's get them more money, honestly. When you look at the budget for ASMSU versus how many students it's reaching, it's tiny. We could find fundraisers, we could possibly raise the fee. We need to get these programs money. These programs are student life in many ways. Without these programs, all there is to do in town is go drink. And if we want to stop this drinking culture, we need to make an alternative. Let's get these programs the money to make these alternatives.
Yeah, like it was said before, it needs to be a mutual relationship. One cannot function without the other. Things don't just miraculously happen on campus. There's a voice and there's an acting body that makes it occur. So sometimes we are the voice that drives those things and pushes them forward, but sometimes it works the other way around, and we are here to serve those other agencies, if you will. And so the mutual interests for the students and those bodies are achieved.
Okay, good. Are there any more questions if no one else wants to respond?
Josiah, how'd you get such great hair?
I lost my razor.
Great. Well, yes, you can ask a question.
Yeah, I have a question. Actually, and it's so Bozeman has a cell phone ban. You're not allowed to use your cell phone while driving. So I'm just wondering how, on a pedestrian campus, how having an app that people would be needing to use their phone for, how that fits in with keeping our campus safe and also complying with the laws of the state of Montana.
You have to be very responsible when using your cell phone. This is something that you can do before you get in your car. It's very easy to check your cell phone when you get on campus, when you're about to go to camp, get to your car from campus, and then also in the comfort of your own home.
Won't things have changed between when you get in your car to leave for campus and by the time you get there?
Yes.
It's a real life tracking. You can walk and see it. Just don't use it when you get in your car. Just use it while you're looking for your car to park closer.
Go ahead in the back.
So regarding this whole app, so what if people like me who don't have a smartphone, who will never get a smartphone in their life, I will...
We can link it to montana.edu so you'll be able to access it from your laptop or home computer.
But if I'm not on campus or I can't have Wi-Fi or something and I'm traveling,
Then unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to help you. You have to have access to the internet.
So then if I park in the last space available in the e-parking, and I'm just, and say everybody else, first off, everybody has to have that app, right, for it to work. So then how are you going to tap into everybody's location services?
Let me go a little more in detail. So it's similar to how our paid parking works in front of the sub. You know how it keeps count of how many parking spaces are available by the amount of time you open
that's
spaces?
what you're doing.
So that's the information that we're going to be relaying to a website or to your app. And then from there, you'll be able to access it and see, oh, hey, there's -2 parking spaces here. Maybe I shouldn't park in that parking lot.
So it's going to be more like a website than like an app that kind of taps into where
Apps and
individual
websites work
parking
synonymously
spaces.
these days.
Yes,
Also-
Tom?
Tom.
I just have a basic direct question. Where do you get funding for the hardware that's going to back this up? Because you need to have some sort of...
Currently, I sit on the IT Council, which overlooks IT for information technology services for all 4 main MSU campuses. And we just received more funding, and it is possible.
Okay, so is that going to override other things like Wi-Fi in lesser used buildings, or...
Wi-Fi is my primary concern. Parking is my tertiary. 1Password being my secondary.
Also, one thing that could help with how many spots do we have open is you can have small hardware outside that shows how many spots are available, kind of with an LED system as you're coming into the parking lot. As well as funding, working with the parking department, they are independently funded, no tuition dollars, nor state legislature money goes to the parking department. Parking is an issue on campus, and that department does need to front some of their money that they are working with to alleviate the situation.
That all?
Are there any other questions? I have a final question. What does the fox say?
Just one more thing. I don't know if you guys experienced this in your classes, but your professor may be a little bit last year. Especially in College of Letters and Science, I really want to push for an overall workshop for D2L, for PowerPoint, for all these kind of things, so that students can get the most out of their college experience. I mean, students pay big money to sit in their classrooms and get a quality education. And sometimes in a room, a big lecture hall, we can't write on the whiteboards all the time. So overall, helping the quality of student education through that aspect. That's important.
Great, thanks for that point. If you have any other points, anything specifically with the candidates you want to bring up, like what they're talking about now, you can, if they have time, you can meet with them now, or like I said again, just in the Exponent and online, we will have the information. And you can vote at the polls. We're going to have voting stations set up both days in the Union Market and Centennial Mall if it's nice. So once again, thank you all for coming out here, and happy election.